So if you think about your tennis strategy, how you're building your game style, are you locked in? It's like, okay, number one, like if you're playing points, number one, I need to be consistent. I need to make not many unforced errors. I need to be solid. That includes serving and returning, not missing the serves and returns, which we can also sort of talk about. But number two, let me play some high balls. Don't be embarrassed about that. A lot of American kids that I coach, they're embarrassed to hit high balls. They don't want to be called a pusher. They don't want to be called a moonballer, you know. But don't accept that. High balls are a totally legitimate strategy. I'm not saying like just moon, like high ball, no pay. I'm saying heavy spin balls are a really good strategy. Really good strategy.
Why for top spin?
Top spin. And the third is always look to create angles. You create angles, and that makes your opponent run more than you. So you get to dictate, and you can also tire your opponent out that way. So I would say those three strategies are like at the top of the list, and you probably go down the list, and you probably make a list of 20 strategies. You know, what are some other strategies? Yeah, like drop shot's a great strategy. You bring your opponent to the net. You could go to the net. That's a very common strategy. Most kids that I work with in the US, they are usually thinking about going to the net. Right? They usually had a coach tell them. When I was a kid, my main strategy was hit the ball really powerful and try to attack the net, like go forward. That was what I thought. I thought that was what tennis was. And then later, I traveled in Spain and I played in Europe, and you learn that game, like more of the things that I'm talking about, more like the essence of tennis is what I said. It's not just attacking and moving forward. Those are good strategies. It's good to attack the net. It's good to hit a big forehand. It's good to use power. It's good to mix up the spins. Like as you get more advanced, you can play a lot more power shots. You can use slice. You can use drop shot. Those are all really good strategies. But they don't sort of come before the essence, the building blocks that I mentioned. Just talking about consistency, especially at your levels, like lower level tournament play or high school tennis, varsity tennis, is serving and returning is critical. Serving and returning has to be really, really consistent. So if you have a flaw in your serve that's causing you to double fault or miss a lot of first serve and your percentage goes down, that's going to cost you big time. You've got to be able to make all your serves high first serve percentage, and you can basically never double fault. Like you've got to be able to play a whole set without missing a second serve. So that's part of the consistency plank rule. And then returning is like the most undervalued, I think, area that's not practiced very much. Under-practiced, undervalued. Returning well is huge. You can make all your returns in play. You can put pressure on the second serve. Returning serve is a really big part of being a good tennis player and will help your tactics. So anyway, so these are some building blocks to think about. When you guys play, what do you normally do? I mean, have you thought about those things, or like try to be honest? Like, what do you normally think about when you try to win points?
When I try to win points, I usually think about moving the person around.
That's good. That was part of it.
Because most players that I play are like not that fast.
But that was one of the core principles that I mentioned. What about you?
Hit corner.
That's corners, or I mean, I don't know what that means. Angles are good, but I mean, do any of you? I mean, I just told you my story. Like when I grew up, when I was your age, I thought that playing tennis meant hit the serve as hard as I could, hit big, basically big power shots, and move forward. Like that's what I thought. That was good tennis. You know, that's a part of good tennis. There's nothing wrong with that, but that's not like the essence of tennis. The essence of tennis is consistent, solid control, smart tactics. What about you? You're very consistent. I mean, you learned that from like you showed me that from the first time I met you. That's why I was impressed. I was impressed by that quality that you had. Like Colin's like extremely patient and consistent. Even when he was just starting with me, he was always like very, very consistent and patient. And I felt that would be a great asset for you when you play. What about you, Quinn?
Like on winning the points.
Yeah, like what are you thinking about in general? Like, I'm not saying, don't give me the right answer, just like what, honestly, like what do you normally?
It's like I'd probably try to hit the backhand more because like it's more likely for them to go cross court with it. And then
I mean, but that's a strategy to attack someone's backhand. That's a pretty.
then like they're more likely to give me backhands.
I mean, that is historically a very popular strategy. I don't know if it's like a foundational strategy. A lot of players have very good backhands nowadays. You know, if you were playing Djokovic, I don't know if you would attack his backhand. But like, what else did you try to hit? Like, what's your style?
Like sometimes like throwing a drop shot, like bring them to net and pass them or lob them.
You use the drop shot? And the drop shot is one of my favorite strategies personally. I love that shot, but it's not like a foundational strategy. It's not like the, you know, so you see like the building block, you have like your high priority strategies, and then as you get down the list, you have like other strategies, other strats that you can use. I think most kids don't really put those high on the list. And a lot of, especially in the US, a lot of kids like hitting high balls, being consistent, using angles is not highly valued by a lot. I'm not saying you guys, I don't know you guys that well, but for most kids in the US, I don't think those are high on the list. I think the high ones would be like attack, hit the ball really hard, you know, volley, go to volley maybe. The list would be very different. And I always try to encourage you guys to value running well. Value, like in order to be consistent, your first principle, you have to be able to move well. You have to have great footwork. To hit 5 or 6 shots, you have to have great footwork. I always say to players, try to take pride in playing good defense and running down a lot of balls. You know, that you usually don't hear that in the U.S. In Spain, the players take a lot of pride in like grinding out a point. Here in the U.S., a lot of times if you grind out a point, you're called a pusher. Like if you don't hit a winner within the first 3 shots, the other guy's like, this guy's such a pusher. He just keeps the ball in play. You hear that a lot. I don't really think that's true. Like I have a lot of respect for a player who is consistent. Like as soon as I saw Jurgen, I was like so impressed. He's very patient. So try to take pride in being patient and consistent. Take pride in playing defense when you need to. I just came back from Spain, and I was studying with my old coach, Gilad Bloom, and he said something that stuck in my head. He said, a really good player, you can't get the ball by them. You can't make the ball bounce twice against a really good player. Have you ever thought about that? You play someone really good. Sammy, come over here. You play someone really good, and he said, you know a really good player when you can't make the ball bounce twice against them. And that means that means the player has good defense, the player is fast, the player is running for every ball. And if you play someone where it's hard to make the ball bounce twice against them, you're up against someone tough. But if you flip it around, you say, can you be that type of player? Can you be the guy who is hard to make the ball bounce twice against? That means you're chasing everything. That means you're hustling. That means your footwork's a lot. You're dialed in with your footwork and your anticipation, and you're trying to keep a lot of balls in play. I think most kids in the U.S., if I ask that question, what makes a great player, they would say big serve, hits a lot of winners. Like that's definitely part of being a great player. But I like the focus on getting to a lot of balls and being really solid and making it really tough to make the ball bounce twice. Like that would try to think about that as a quality.